Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jacob and Sam, and we're bringing you thoughts of the week. And our three stories today are Assassin's Creed 3, featuring more Desmond than ever. Um, Barack Obama answering the ultimate fanboy question ever: Star Wars or Star Trek? And of course, Hutch basically quitting YouTube. We're gonna start off with Assassin's Creed 3, featuring more Desmond than ever. Sam?
Alright, well, obviously I've played all the Assassin's Creeds here, so I have a little bit of knowledge on this. And we all know that with that series, you play a lot as the ancestors, because obviously that's the draw to the series, it's what makes it creative. But with Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, you did see a lot more of Desmond actually being used as a character, and I like it because it gives you the feeling that these ancestors aren't super beings and that it can still be done by the average human. It'll put a nice little addition on with new concepts of him in the modern times in the same area that Connor is in. That's his name. I don't know why they picked Connor. Different story. Anyways, I think it'll be a nice refresher for the series. It's been a lot of the ancestor based, and it'll bring the series together. What do you think?
All I know is, overall, like, all the stuff I've been hearing about Assassin's Creed is just, it's gonna be an awesome game. Like, I mean, it's, it's definitely gonna be, like, a humongous deal. Like, people are always saying, like, that, like, when people were, like, crapping their pants about, like, Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops and Reach and all that stuff, like, I mean, this might become, like, one of those games. I mean, like, it's probably not getting as what I think the credit it deserves. Like pre-release, like Call of Duty gets a shit ton of like pre-release hype right before it's released, and then after everyone's like, oh, I'm sorry, so I didn't mean to expose you to such a bad game.
Right, yeah, and well, it's the same thing with, especially because this game has such a creative multiplayer, I think that this game could really be one of the top tier games that's going to be released this year. So, now, Barack Obama has answered the ultimate question, Star Wars or Star Trek?
And can we get a drum roll, please?
But
He's a Trekkie.
so unfortunate.
I know. Me and Sam both gave a very sad sigh after we found out this.
Yeah, I'm much more of a Star Wars fan. I mean, I've seen Star Trek, and I know all the Star Trek references from Big Bang Theory, because that's my favorite show. But I just find Star Wars is such a complete series. It feels like so much more time was put into it than Star Trek, especially because a lot of the later series got a lot of crap for not being as good as the originals.
Star Trek and Star Wars, I mean, I've never been able to like be like, oh, it's obviously like, this one's better, but I'm personally a Star Wars fan because I mean I've seen a little bit of Star Trek, but I haven't seen as much of it as I have seen Star Wars, and I just love all the time that's put into Star Wars and all the effects, and definitely the storyline is a great storyline. I mean, it makes you actually like fall in love with the characters, and makes you really sad when you see Yoda die. I mean, you can almost cry when you see that little green god son of a bitch die.
Who can't speak English? Alright, well, it's unfortunate. I'm sorry, Barack. I don't agree with your opinion, but
You have to respect you because you're technically the president.
yes. Alright, so the major story that we're here for is on Wednesday night, Machinima Respawn put out their Respawn video that they do weekly, and it was Hutch and Sark talking about how Hutch will no longer be an employee of Machinima. He was not fired, and from what I picked up on it, he's not coming back to YouTube, he's not going to be on Twitter, and he's moving on. So, I'm very sad because of this. I think that Hutch is one of the great personalities in the community, and without him, a lot of the people wouldn't have gotten their start, because he was an inspiration for a lot of people.
I mean, it's definitely gonna be different. I mean, because like if you think about it, most people don't quit YouTube. YouTube is like you're in and you're gonna keep doing this. And I mean, Hutch is like one of the few people that actually just said like, "Yo, I'm done. No, I don't want to do this anymore." And I mean, it's different. Like I mean, and it's gonna definitely be a loss on the entire YouTube part because I mean he was a great personality. And I mean it's definitely gonna be a loss, and it's you know
Yeah, and he's the last of a dying breed of people that had a lot of personality and were just genuine people. The others that I would include in that group are some of the guys that were here from the beginning, Blame Truth and XCal and Hutch. Those guys are who inspired many of the big guys to get into YouTube. Only Use Me Blade, Woody's Gamertag, Wings of Redemption. Those are the guys that inspired them. And we're losing basically one of the figureheads in our community.
it's like watching a founding father die.
It really is, yeah. I mean, without him, no one would have been putting their personal life behind YouTube. Before that, it was always a gameplay commentary. But Hutch, whenever he didn't want to talk about the gameplay, would talk about what's going on in his life. And it was something that was definitely new. Just like when Blame Truth brought around the video commentating. Before, it was just him and XCal posting gameplay and no video commentary to go with it. It's these guys that are bringing the steps forward, the innovators that we're losing, and it's a disappointment, especially for people like us who are just getting into it that have been watching these guys for a few years now. And it's like watching someone that you've known really well just disappear.
And I mean, it's gonna be. I mean, definitely because we're just starting. I mean, we need people to like. I mean, there's gonna be innovate. There's gonna be a need for innovators now. I mean, it's not. It's putting out the same stuff that everyone else is putting out is not gonna cut it. And with, I mean, Hutch and his innovations and stuff. I mean, it's definitely gonna be a loss of someone who actually had a creative mind. And
He was a genuine dude. He was very funny. He was quirky. He had his little goatee mustache thingy going on. It was funny. All the respawn videos, respawn inbox and all that stuff. He and Sark and CNanners are the core group, and with Hutch gone and CNanners almost not posting anymore, it basically leaves Sark. And I'm not saying that Sark isn't a good commentator. He's definitely funny, but Hutch and CNanners are kind of the driving group behind that, and you're basically losing half of the funny on Respawn now.
which is gonna be hard to adapt to and fight against.
Yeah.
It's definitely gonna be different.
So, Hutch, you're going to be missed.
We salute you.
We hope that you enjoy whatever you go on to do. Find something that's bigger and better. And Hutch, if you want to come back, we have our arms wide open to you. We'll accept you back in this community anytime. Thank you for the 4 years of great content, and we hope you enjoy the rest of what you do. So guys, this has been Thoughts of the Week number 4, and we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.